On in.
I'm just like
You see me?
6'4", you know?
Yo, one time shot. First time shot. Let's go.
Like this. I'm just gonna slide and I'm just gonna be right on the ball. I would've.
At one point, right when you said it, I was like, alright, I'll do that.
Big man, hey big man. Go this way. Go this way, go this way.
Oh.
Do that to me every time. I have the leaf, bro. So no matter, I can pass
Get it up.
so fast, and you just receive it perfectly every time. The perks, we gotta use the perks.
Bodied so hard.
I have like 90 everything.
Gosh. Ooh. Should've got in. Oh wait, it's perfect.
Oh.
Oh, absolutely perfect. I wonder if the light passes make the header better.
Reset every time we follow it out. Whoa. What? Oh my god. Hurdled. He's so free.
Gotta feed me.
He's all the way up. Holy crap. No way.
It worked. Oh, beast mode. The lengthiness on full display, dude. How's it going, guys? This is Lesky, back with another FIFA 23 Pro Clubs video. Today, we're going to be going over my first center back build on the channel, and it's going to be over a pretty monstrous center back. We're going to be 6'6", so we have some height, and going to be a beast when it comes to like set pieces or just going up towards the end of the match during the run of the play and possibly scoring a goal. I've did that a few times with this build. It's an absolute beast in the air. And then on top of that, as you'd expect, the physicals are amazing. So you got great strength, should be able to body anybody off the ball, as well as the jumping is phenomenal. And we'll get into that more as we look at the skill tree. But make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you like watching Pro Clubs FIFA content. I'm going to be posting a lot of that. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. It would help me out a lot on the channel. So let's get started with this build video and take a look at this beastly center back build that I created. As I already mentioned, this build is 6'6". You could also go 6'7" if you want to be the max height. I decided not to do that. You're a little bit quicker being 6'6". The dribbling is better and the pace. You lose a little bit in physicals, but it's not much of a difference. But I noticed that the defensive stats are a little bit better when you're an inch shorter at 6'6". So that's another big reason why I decided to go 6'6". You're really not going to notice much of a difference between 6'6" or 6'7". So feel free, if you want to bump it up, you definitely can. The weight, I felt like 174 was the best for a good balance on this center back build, to have some good pace as well as some good physical ability. So 6'6", 174 for the height and weight on this build. Preferred foot is right-footed, but that's up to you. Let's take a look at the perks. As you may have expected, the first perk I went for is physical strength. On such a big center back build, we're boosting the physicals even more, boosting the strength and jumping when jostling, shielding, or heading the ball. It'll also increase the ball control. Both the jumping and the strength are like in the 90s on this build. So with physical strength, it'll basically bump both of those attributes up to 99, and we'll basically have like max jumping and strength on this build, which is pretty crazy. The second perk kind of goes as like a combo for physical strength. This is such a big build. You're a beast in the air. We have good heading, actually. It's like 92 heading, actually. And we have first time shot on, which increases your finishing and heading ability during first time shots or headers. Grants a finesse shot, flare, outside foot shot, and power header trait, and it increases your weak foot ability on first time shots. So the main reason we have this is for the power header trait, and it'll increase the heading ability on first time shots. So this will help a lot with just making your headers more consistently against the keeper. The power header will add more power to the headers and just overpower the keeper. Sometimes it'll just hit their hands and go into the back of the net. It is very good. You could also go set piece beacon, but the reason I don't use set piece beacon is it's only good for set pieces like free kicks or corners. If you're a center back where you're not going to be going up very much, like towards the end of the match, if you're trying to get a late goal for your team, or just during the run of play, set piece beacon might be best if you're only going to be going up for set pieces. But first time shot is way better for during the run of the play. Towards the end of the match, say you're like losing or you're tied and you need a game-winning goal to win the title or to save off relegation, whatever it may be. First time shot on the center back build, you can bomb forward, play almost like a second or third striker up top, have your team cross the ball into you for like a last-ditch header effort, and first-time shot will be active. You'll have the power header trait and everything. Set-piece beacon would not work there, so that's a big advantage of first-time shot over set-piece beacon. They did improve set-piece beacon this year, though. They increased it to 10 seconds after the ball is in play, compared to 5 last year, which is pretty nice. I haven't tried it this year, but I do think it could be a good option. So you could switch that out. You could switch out first time shot for set piece beacon if that fits your gameplay better, I guess. And then the third perk is chase down. I didn't go for any other defensive perks other than chase down. What this will do is it will make your player quicker to recover when chasing the ball back after your team loses it. So like I think it's 40 in-game seconds, which isn't very long, but those 40 in-game seconds may last like a few like real life seconds, and that will help your guy like recover, get back in position faster, and maybe you can steal the ball and keep possession for your team. So I really like chase down, and I definitely prefer it over like interceptor or ball winner, since on a center back you already have good defensive stats, so you don't really need to upgrade them more. Chase down is definitely the way to go, just for the quicker recovery time to get back in position and stuff like that. So these are 3 perks that I use. Let's take a look at the skill tree. Starting on the physical page, I went for some upgrades here to get most of the physical stats to 90 or higher, other than the stamina. 89 stamina is really good for center back anyways, so no worries about that. But on the left side, you're going to go all the way down to this 3rd strength right here. We'll get some strength upgrades. We're not going to get the bull archetype yet. Maybe when we're max level. Currently, I'm only level 77, so this isn't a max level build. We're getting close though. So I'll make updated versions of all my builds once I get max level. And then get this aggression right here, this +3 aggression, and then get the one right next to it. I wanted to get the aggression to at least 90 or higher. So that's what will get us to 90 aggression. And then make sure to get the second part right here for this +3 reactions to get us to 91 reactions. And then on the right side, you're going to go all the way down to the acrobat archetype to get us some stamina upgrades and some jumping. And then we're going to get the second part right here for this reactions, +4 to bump it up to 91. And then make sure to get this jumping, the one on the left. The one on the left gives you +3, while this one in the middle gives you +2. So make sure to get this one, and that'll get us to 91 jumping. And then remember, we have the physical strength perk on this build, so the jumping and strength will actually be even higher. I got everything on this page except for this slide tackling, the +4 slide tackling for 3 skill points. If we have some extra skill points to throw on the build, we could go for it, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't know if you're going to notice much of a difference between 92 and 96 slide tackling, so I didn't go for it. But again, if you're a little bit higher level than me, you probably could throw some skill points on slide tackling if you want to max out the defensive stats. But this is why I went for chase down on this build rather than like ball winner or any other defensive perk. Interceptor, because we already have 94 interceptions. 94 stand tackling is very good, as well as the 92 slide tackling, and then of course the 98 defensive awareness, almost max defensive awareness on this build. The defensive stats are cracked. We really don't need to go for any like defensive perks to upgrade the defensive stats even more, because they really don't need it. Let's take a look at dribbling. Of course, the dribbling on a center back is low, but I did go for some upgrades here. A lot of this stuff is just good value. +2 upgrades for 1 skill point for this agility. Same for the dribbling, ball control, and balance. So make sure you get all 4 of these things. And then I got this balance under it, and then this agility is the last thing. If you want, you can take off the agility and upgrade the dribbling stat, or you can upgrade the ball control. Same thing with balance if you prefer. It's just really up to you what you want to do there. But this build has 64 agility, 67 balance, 72 ball control, and 62 dribbling for now. I'll probably upgrade the agility a bit more because that can help for like shuffling side to side in front of a defender and like jockeying. It will make you feel a little bit quicker and responsive. So I might upgrade the agility a bit more, but I don't want to upgrade it too much. And I'm sure most of y'all have heard this by now, but in the new gen version of FIFA, they added a thing called Accelerate, which each player in the entire game has a specific acceleration rate, either lengthy, explosive, or controlled. Explosive is more for the shorter builds that have high agility, low strength, and a lot of acceleration. They will have the explosive acceleration rate, while lengthy will be the taller builds like this center back build that have low agility and high strength. They will have the lengthy, and the controlled, majority of the players will fit under controlled if they don't fit the requirements for lengthy or explosive. But this build is lengthy because it has 15 less agility than strength. This build has 90 strength, 64 agility, so we're well over 15, and that makes this build lengthy. So the lengthy accelerate on this build will help it maintain a high speed over time, unlike the explosive accelerate, which will be quick to start out, but over time you'll get slower and you'll get chopped down by players with the lengthy accelerate like this one. So getting balls played over the top on you with a big build like this is pretty much impossible because we have the lengthy accelerate. Half the time you'll catch up to those very agile, quick forwards because of the lengthy accelerate on this build. And I know that might have sounded confusing for some of y'all that haven't heard of the acceleration rate thing or haven't been playing on the new gen version of FIFA, but it is a pretty game-changing feature that they added, and it can really change the way your build feels. So let's take a look at the passing page. For this big center back build, we're not going to be focusing on the passing, but currently I have some skill points here, and that was just really some extra skill points. And right here, these first two things give you +2 upgrades for only 1 skill point. So you might as well go for it, and it'll upgrade the long passing and short passing quite nicely. And then the passing stats for a center back aren't too bad. The crossing is actually 70, which is kind of interesting. That's pretty decent. The vision and the curve are the worst. And then I got this long pass right here, +2 for 2 skill points to bump the long passing up a bit more. If you want, you can completely take all this stuff off and then just add those 4 skill points somewhere else. But for now, this is what I have. Once we get more skill points, we could probably take this off passing and really upgrade some of the other categories. But let's take a look at shooting. And I currently only have 3 things on this page, and as you'd expect, it is the heading accuracy. I got these 3 things for +9 heading to bump it up to 92 heading. I could also get the second part of this third one, and it would give me +4 heading and +4 volleys. So that would get me to 96 heading accuracy, which I don't think is necessary. I feel like 92 is already good enough, especially since we have the first time shot perk on this build, and it says it upgrades the heading accuracy on first time shots while giving the power header trait. So I don't really need the extra heading accuracy. 92 is already good enough. And then if you look at the rest of the shooting stats for a center back, this year they improved the shooting on center backs quite a bit. 67 finishing isn't too bad. Like if you were to put like the finisher archetype and upgrade the finishing more, you could probably get like 70, 80 finishing on a center back, which is kind of crazy to me. And then 70 shot power, 70 long shots, that's really not bad at all. 63 volleys. All these shooting stats are in the 60s and 70s, which is quite surprising other than the heading accuracy. Obviously, the main focus here is, of course, the heading because this is a huge center back build with great heading. You're going to be lethal in the air. You should be able to score quite a bit of headers with this build. On to the last page, which is pace. I decided to go for the full out max pace, 82 acceleration and 92 sprint speed on this 6'6", 174-pound center back build that has the lengthy accelerate. So with this pace and having lengthy on this build, it's absolutely crazy. You can chop down anyone, and especially with the chase down perk. Once your team loses the ball, you have chase down active for a little bit, and that really helps you get up to speed. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. It's an absolute beast. Hit that like button on this video for me, and then hit that subscribe button on my channel if you haven't already. As always, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and peace out.